What's going on, everyone? It's Manny from BackCourt Violation, Jet Central, another video. We're going to be doing what we think is going to happen with Kemba Walker. There's been a lot of trade speculation the last half a year. I remember during the trade deadline, there were talks about the Knicks, there were talks about the Cavs. We did an earlier video and I said that, Kawhi for Kemba, obviously Hornets throwing some more pieces, but I that's my perfect fit for Kemba. That's where I think he should go. That's where I think he should want to go as well. Sports should be all about winning, and if Kawhi doesn't want to be there, Kemba is a winner. We've seen him in college, so I think he should be a Spur. But he could go a couple places. If LeBron goes back to Cleveland, I know he loves his game, and you do have some young pieces you could get rid of. You can already tell Cleveland isn't sold on Jordan Clarkson, and obviously they're not sold on Rodney Hood. So maybe if you throw in, you're not going to throw in your 8th pick, but the Hornets don't have a great pick either. So maybe you throw in both of those with the 8th pick and get their pick and Kemba. Maybe you do something like that, which would be good for the Hornets, because then you wouldn't have to give up MKG, Marvin Williams, or Batum. You could still keep most of your core guys, Dwight Howard. Mm-hmm. Actually, we just saw a rumor where they're talking about a straight-up Hassan for Dwight Howard, the Hornets. That's off topic, but, so if they do that, then I would expect the Hornets to just completely blow up the whole team and everybody's gone, including the 3 role players I just said. Mm-hmm. But I would, I could see him going to Cleveland if LeBron stays. You give up those guys, like I just said. There were talks about the Knicks during the trade deadline, and at the time I wanted it, but then they made the move for Moutier, and now it's kind of like one of those things where we have too many guards now. You have Ntilikina we drafted last year, dude, I'm still high on him, man. He's 19 years old. Yeah, he came from France, but so did Tony Parker. He's 19 years old. He's 6'5". His wingspan's like 7 foot.
Great defense.
And like I said, so since he's 19, he's already 6'5". He's gonna be at least 6'6". And he's already, like you just said, an above-average NBA defender. Mm-hmm. So, if the kid develops a mid-range jump shot, I'm not even talking threes, he's going to be good because he's a pass-first guard. And then you got Moutier, who he's probably almost as fast with the ball as John Wall is. Like, this dude is just electric with the ball. Not much of a shooter. He can be a scorer, though. He knows how to get to the rim. And then we got Trey Burke, Tim Hardaway Jr.'s best friend. They played at Michigan together. He came in and pretty much, dude was looking like AI for the Knicks the last, 20 games of the year, with the cornrows and everything. I loved it. So I think we're set at point guard, in all honesty. We may not have the superstar point guard, but we have a superstar in Porzingis. Granted, next year is going to be a wash for the Knicks again, because at the very least, he's only playing 40 games because of the ACL. But, there's not a whole lot of places I see Kemba going other than the Spurs or the Cavs if LeBron stays, because I don't think the Knicks need him.
How about this one? How about the Orlando Magic? A team that needs a guard desperately, a team that lacks a superstar, a team that has been a bottom dweller of not only the East but the NBA for years now. And it's like, if Kemba Walker is on the block, and you're the Orlando Magic, a team with a lot of big men. Mm-hmm.
Do you know what pick they have?
I believe 6.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Because I know they're looking at a Trae Young.
Okay.
Maybe Colin Sexton. I don't know.
I think Sexton would be better. Trae Young would be a better name, but...
Yeah, but if you're the Orlando Magic and you could pull off a trade to get Kemba Walker, you picked Jonathan Isaac. You already have a lot of big men. Now you add Kemba to the mix, mm-hmm. and you're sitting... this is pre-draft, okay? So then you could go out and get a nice, what you would assume to be a nice player at 6, and then free agency hits. So you're already having pretty much 3 or 4/5 of your team already complete and finally a direction under Steve Clifford.
And plus Kemba would actually, you would
former
imagine...
coach.
What?
Kemba Walker and Clifford.
Very true. They just hired Steve Clifford. Good one. And you would imagine a player like Kemba would, he would bring in more free agents than Hazonia. I don't even, DJ Augustine, there you go. I'm not saying Kemba's would come to Orlando and make everybody want to come, but he'd probably be able to get, he was able to get Batum there.
Yeah.
And that's when Batum was nice. So,
yeah, and I feel I also feel like more so than focusing on this next season, it would just kind of be a building block. It'd be, kind of like, I know it's a different sport, but the New York Jets and getting Jamal Adams. We needed a quarterback, but we didn't or the Jets didn't pick Patrick Mahomes. They didn't pick Deshaun Watson. They picked Jamal Adams because he's going to be a great leader and overall a safe player. I feel like it's kind of the same in this situation.
Adams is already the best safety in the league.
If the Magic can get a guy like Kemba Walker, you're not focusing on the NBA Finals this next season. You're focusing on just building, getting a lot better. Then when 2019 or it would be 2020 rolls around, then you could start saying, "Hey, we got a lot better.
Yeah,
we got a whole, we got a young roster. I'm kind of the face of the franchise. Let's get some free agents in the building and let's move this thing forward."
So see, I like that. I like that'd be cool to have Kemba down here in South Florida. It would definitely make me want to go see some Magic, want to see some Magic, and not just when the Knicks come.
Mm-hmm.
But who would? So I mean, obviously it's a trade. You got to give up somebody. Who do you give up? Are you going to give up your pick? Would you maybe do your pick straight up for him?
For Orlando?
Would you make or would you make what's? I wonder what Charlotte's pick is. I don't remember.
The thing is with Charlotte is that it's what direction is Charlotte going to go in? Do they want to blow it up? Do they want to acquire more pieces? Well, if you get rid of
Kemba, you're blowing it up, right? Because you can't just keep if you get rid of Kemba, you're blowing it up because Dwight won't be nothing without Kemba, and neither will.
Okay, well, if the intent is to blow up the franchise and just, I don't want to say start over, but just starting the rebuild process. I would think Kemba Walker for the 6th pick is a fair thing because the Magic are getting a superstar. They don't have that. Mm-hmm. They're getting a position of need. They don't have a point guard. Actually, I legit think they don't have a point guard because they gave away Alfred and DJ Augustine.
He's not a starter. Nah, man.
He's
a third string point guard.
Yeah, so the Magic are just getting a huge benefit that's just going to attract fans and possibly free agents. And then from the Hornets' point of view, they're getting rid of a player that it's maybe time to break up the marriage.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And they're kind of getting a jump start to the rebuild process with the 6th pick. That's a nice pick.
And the thing that bothers me the most about the whole Hornets thing is that this just says so much about MJ as an owner. It really does. He tried. He had Rick Chow as his GM once, and this is the guy that put that Blazers team together with Lillard and McCollum and Batum. The first Aldridge. He would and that team beat the Rockets that one year,
Yeah.
So this really, I don't know if people don't want to come and play for the Hornets because they're afraid they can't live up to what MJ wants, but maybe he's too integral with the team. I don't know, but this team is too good to not make the playoffs 3 out of 5 years. It's just.
Especially in the East.
Especially in the East.
They have too much talent on that team to be missing the playoffs at a consistent rate.
Yeah.
Something has to change.
But to go off what you were saying, honestly, I don't do that trade unless I'm getting the Hornets pick as well for Kemba.
I just feel like the Magic aren't in any position to call shots,
But this is a deep draft. This is that's the only reason I say, because you could get a Kemba Walker type player at 6. So to trade the Hornets.
No. Who would you pick at 6? That you
Michael Porter Jr. probably falling. I mean, dude, this dude was the number 1 pick 8 months ago, and you got to.
But it's still a question mark with Kemba. It's more. Nothing's a guarantee in sports, but it's more of a lock that this guy can produce at the NBA level.
Well, yeah, just because we haven't, we've seen 3 games from Porter in college. I get it. But, I've also seen 10 games out of Kyrie Irving in college and him come and be literally the best ball handler, hands down. So,
but it's a roll of the dice is kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that because I like the trade, I do. I'm just saying if I'm Charlotte and if I'm Orlando, I'm getting Charlotte's pick as well as Kemba Walker. If I'm giving up the 6th, I'm taking Kemba, taking their their first round pick, even if it means I got to give them another player.
Yeah, but
I got to get a young guy this draft too. I have to.
But I feel like Orlando might need to take their lumps a little bit. I feel like the Hornets can be a little bit. I feel like the Hornets can be you want Kemba Walker and our first round pick. See ya. We're gonna go talk to San Antonio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
We're not gonna overpay or give you guys so much for the 6th pick. You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay, so what if you do, I know the league is low on Hazonia, but I know he's still there's still teams that want him. Like, the kid, he's a 3-and-D player, and he can dunk. So, I just think there's ways to work around it to where you could swap first-round picks, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just all depends on what the Hornets want.
Yeah, of course, the ball is in their court, but as bad as the Magic have been, you are in no position to be giving up picks, especially when you got a top 10 pick.
But what have those top 10 picks amounted to in Orlando over the past decade?
Yeah, we don't know what Jonathan Isaac yet because he played like 20 games this year. But I remember he was drafted. He was supposed to be the next KD. I never thought that was going to be true because he wasn't. In my opinion, he wasn't great at Florida State.
Yeah, but the common denominator with Orlando is that every player they draft never lives up to their expectations, other than like Dwight Howard. But like,
Vic
I'm not
but not with them. He had to leave 2 different teams to become who he is.
And I'm not saying whatever in franchise history. I'm just saying in the past 5 to 10 seasons, Orlando's draft picks haven't picked that franchise superstar player.
Yeah. See,
and they can't develop them either. That's another problem with Orlando that could change with Clifford, but.
Yeah, but you know what? It's not like Clifford developed a lot of players in Charlotte.
Yeah, but it's just a change of.
Hopefully,
scenery.
Hopefully. I mean, but I wonder if you could even make it a 3-team trade because they do have. You got Evan Fournier. You could definitely get something for him. That man can score. He's a shooter. They've got some. You got Vucevic. They've been wanting to get rid of him for 2 years. I think there could be a way for the Magic to make the trade and not just stay stagnant. Because that's my one worry. If you get I have no problem with them getting Kemba Walker. That'd be awesome. But but to me, is it worth giving up the 6th overall pick? I don't know what this 6th pick can be. There's got to be a way to where they can get a player they can keep building while getting better instead of just building.
Yeah, but in acquiring Kemba Walker, I guess the argument I'm trying to make is that if you acquire Kemba Walker straight up for the 6th pick,
you'll be better day one than you were the day before.
Well, it could be as far as like the long term, you're taking 1 step back to take 2 steps forward. So at first it might be we have to give up the 6th pick, but then maybe after a year, maybe after even half a season, it's one of those cases where Kemba Walker is on the edge of being an all-star.
Yeah.
He's the superstar of the franchise. Mm-hmm. He's our best player. Now we're not a bottom dweller, or we're trending up. We're not just staying like this with all of our draft picks. And I'm not one of those guys that's going to sit here and say, "Oh, since the Magic haven't drafted well in the past, that means that every pick that they're going to make here on out, they're going to be bad as well." All I'm saying is that it's like the common trend is that the Magic's current plan of attack hasn't been working.
Yeah.
So if you have an opportunity to get a potential all-star in Kemba Walker at a position of need, it's not like he's going to be coming to a team like the Knicks where it's just like, there's going to be playing time issues and you got young guys.
God, yeah.
He's just going to come in and be the stud and be like, okay, Kemba, here's a franchise.
He'll be playing 40 minutes a game.
Yeah, here's a franchise. Yeah. You're the guy.
Yeah.
And, that's kind of my take on Orlando.
I had said it, and I did a video about the Pistons, the head coaching search, and in it I had made a reference that, and it's funny because same with the Knicks, we got rid of Jeff Van Gundy. And, we've made the playoffs a hell of a lot more than the Magic have since then. But we're not the same team since Van Gundy left with Patrick Ewing. And look at the Magic since they got rid of Stan and Dwight Howard. They suck. They're worse than, the Knicks have ever been. So it's just, oh, man. It would be nice to see the Magic get Kemba because living in South Florida, Orlando's not too far from us. We're like an hour and a half away. And, same with Miami, as a matter of fact. I don't really like the Heat, but, basketball is better when the team's around you. You know what I mean? The atmosphere is better. So it would be nice to just see some... I'm so tired of seeing Heat jerseys. You remember when I first moved down here, dude, everybody was wearing Dwight Howard jerseys.
Everyone had Orlando number 12.
I remember seeing a couple of Rashad Lewis's jerseys back in the day.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Turkoglu.
Yeah, he do. Oh, man. It would be... So it'd be cool to see the Magic be good again. I'd love to see Kemba down here get an autograph for real. But...
Here, before we end the video, I know we're kind of rambling on here, but last quick team I just want to throw in there, LA Clippers, Kemba Walker.
Ooh, get themselves a... And this is not a knock on Chris Paul, but get themselves a true point guard.
Like a score, like attack. Yeah.
I like that.
Just want to throw that in there.
I like that because straight up, dude, you get that for Avery Bradley and somebody else.
One of their first round picks.
Yeah, they got the 12th 13. And 13th.
Yeah, 12th pick and...
yeah, I'll give you 13 and Avery.
Or maybe shoot... Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that. But all right, guys, like he said, that's the end of this video. We'll be back for another one in a minute, so stay tuned.